Okay. So yesterday we understood what exactly is a service-based company and how does service-based company work with example, and also we understood on a briefer note like what exactly would be a product-based company and how does a product-based company work, and also we understood who would be the whole and sole owner of the software that they develop in a product-based company and in a service-based company as well. Okay, so in today's session, we'll understand what would be the hierarchy, right? So in case if it is a service-based company, what would be the hierarchy in a service-based company? And if it is a product-based company, what would be the hierarchy in a product-based company? Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me share my screen. Okay, is my screen visible, guys?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay, great. Okay, so today we'll understand what is the hierarchy of the uh, say like organization or a company. In case if it is a service-based company, what are the different um, hierarchy? All right. So under hierarchy of the company, first we'll understand the uh, hierarchy of service-based company. So a service-based company is a company which provides the software services to other organization. Okay, or in simple terms, I'll just write it service-based service-based company. I can say what the software service by developing software for their customers. Right. So as we saw in yesterday's example, like Pepsi, they just wanted the software to manage their business. Okay, and they approached multiple service-based companies who can develop the software to manage their business. Right. In the same way, If you see a service-based company provides software as the service by developing the software for their customers. All right. So, and we also understood like the software whole and soul belong to the customers. Okay, not to the people or not to the company who develop the software. So, in service-based company, there are certain hierarchy that they follow, and there are certain uh, how to say departments, I can say, or I can say verticals in the business. Okay, so the different verticals in a service-based company are as follows. Uh, so I can say the pretty first vertical would be um, board, or I can say bots. Okay, so what is this bots? It has a acronym that is board of directors. Right. So take any organization, there will be something called as board of directors. Right. So and in this board of directors, there will be a certain set of people. For example, there can be a chief executive officer, or there can be a chairman of the organization. Okay, or there can be the investors for that particular organization. Okay, and who can be a board of director? A person who has a share for that particular organization, who holds uh, any percentage of shares. Okay, it can be a maximum percentage of share, or it can be even a 1% of share. He can be a board of director for that particular organization. And the person with the highest number of share, okay, among all the shareholders, would be the decision maker for that particular organization. Okay, so shares as in like 100% share. In this 100% share, okay, people will have a certain percentage of share that they own. Okay, so among this board of directors, one with the highest number of shares, one with the highest number of shares will be decision maker for that particular organization. Okay, so all right. For example, now um one of the board member who holds select 49 percentage of shares. Okay, and the other board member will hold 51 percentage of share. So now, who do you think will have the hold on this particular organization? So the person with 49 percentage of share, whatever the decision that he makes, will it be considered, or the person with 51 percentage of the share who is holding, whose decision will be taken into consideration? Whom do you think? The person with 51 percentage of shareholding, or the person with 49 percentage of shareholding?
Both.
Uh, Actually, yeah. See, if they are mutually fine, mutually working for the development of the organization, as you told, both. But the person with 51 percentage of the shareholding, whatever the decision that he takes, okay, that would be the final decision. Okay, getting the point. So the person with the highest uh, percentage of shareholder of that particular organization. Actually speaking, it's a very rare and rarest cases where one person will hold 51 percentage and other person will hold 49 percentage. Why? Because organization cannot run only with two shareholders, right? There will be multiple people, those who would have invested in that particular organization, right? So the person with more number of investment would hold the highest number of shares in that organization, right? So for example, one person can hold 51 percentage, and there would be 10 people who hold the 49 percentage of the shares of the organization. So that is the reason I have written here, one with the highest number of shares will be the decision maker, right? So there might be 10 people who are holding 49 percentage of the shares, and they might ask the organization, or they might guide the organization to take a particular project. But the one person who has 51 percentage of the share of the organization, if he denies, no, we will not be taking this particular project, right? Then that project will not be taken, right? So that is the reason I have mentioned this particular point clearly. All right. Among this board of directors, the one who has more number of shares, he would be the decision maker. And if he says no, we will not be taking this particular project, then we will not be taking the project. It's as simple as that. And in this board of directors, okay, there would be a person called as CEO, okay, and is called as Chief Executive Officer. Okay, so most of people would think, okay, CEO is the owner of the organization. No, that is a pretty wrong assumption. Okay, CEO is again a employee for that particular organization. Okay, like however we get paid on a monthly basis, even a CEO will get paid on a monthly basis, and he is also a employee for the organization. Okay, so for example, if you people know, like Sundar Pichai is the CEO for Google, right? So that doesn't mean that Sundar Pichai owns the entire Google organization. No, he is again a employee in Google. Okay, and he is a chief executive officer who maintains the entire business verticals of Google. Okay, it's as simple as that. So is the topmost or the pretty first employee of a particular organization, right? So a chief executive officer's job is to manage all the verticals of the business of that particular organization. That is the reason he is known as a chief executive officer. All right, and next to him there would be a CTO, that is chief technical officer. So what is the job of the CTO or chief technical officer? Whatever the technical related things with respect to the organization. For example, now here Pepsi wanted a software in order to maintain their business. So whatever the software that is developed by the service based company for Pepsi, right? All those technical related stuff, like right from select what type of softwares to be used, what type of hardwares to be used in order to develop the software for this particular Pepsi company, right? And from select collecting the requirement, so the requirement collection happens through the business analysts, right? So right from collecting the requirements and what all the different tools or softwares that should be used in order to develop the software for that particular company, and right from the resources, like how many developers needs to be used and what kind of developers, like if you want to use a senior developers or associate level developers, right? And right from the test engineers, like senior test engineers or test engineer managers or associate test engineers, right? All these resource management, technical resource management, and technical tool or software management, every decision is taken by this CTO, Chief Technical Officer. So all the technical related stuff is taken care by Chief Technical Officer. And any software or any tool related uh, agreement that has to be made, it has to go through CTO, that is the Chief Technical Officer, right? All the technical related stuff, it's in the organization is taken care by Chief Technical Officer, right? And the next person would be, I can say like COO, right? And is called as Chief Operational Officer, or I can say Chief Operating Officer. Fine. So take any operational related stuff in the organization, right? Uh, Let it be anything, whatever the incoming or whatever the outgoing, any such operations, everything would be taken care by this COO. Okay. Now, suppose imagine the CTO says, "Hey, we need a Jira tool, uh, right, in order to manage our ticketing related information or whatever the task that we perform. We'll have to be tracking it through Jira tool, right?" Now, what will happen? This CTO told like we need a say like Jira tool access, right? What will happen? It will go to the COO, the Chief Operational Officer or Chief Operating Officer. Now you will understand. Okay, there is a requirement of subscription for this particular Jira tool. So what they will do? They will communicate with the Jira marketing team, and they will get the subscription for the Jira tool, right? And they will understand from this technical team, like for how many people we require the access or for how many people we require the subscription, right? All these operation related stuff is taken care by COO. So this COO will not directly communicate with the marketing team. Under this COO there will be multiple people will be working for him, so they will be communicating with the marketing team of Jira or Atlassian, and then they will get the subscriptions accordingly. So all this operation related for an organization, he would be the head, COO, Chief Operational Officer would be the head, and he will have all the information like what are the outgoing means how much they are paying in order to access this Jira tool, and it would be based on the number of subscriptions, right? So now under this Chief Operating Officer, there would be um, MDs. Okay, and these MDs are called as managing directors, right? So MDs are with respect to each and every verticals, right? So there would be uh, engineering managing director, right, who will manage all the engineering related work, right? And there can be marketing managing director, who will manage only the marketing part of the organization, right? So managing directors are based on verticals of the company, right? So in the same way, there can be business development verticals. Okay, business development vertical. So there can be a managing director for the business development, right? So how many ever vertices or verticals are there in the organization? Based on that, there will be managing directors who will be managing that particular verticals. Okay, and we will have under them we'll have um, VPs. Okay, so these are called as vice presidents. Vice presidents. Okay, so under managing directors, there will be vice presidents who will be managing uh, the vertices that they belong to. So there will be engineering vice presidents. Okay, same way for different business, there can be a different vice president. For marketing VPs are there, right? Uh, the same way, like business development VPs are there, vice presidents are there. So actually, based on this hierarchy, okay, now VPs will be reporting to MDs, and MDs will be reporting to this COO, right? And this COO and CTO will be reporting to the CEOs and CEO, and this CEO in turn he will report to the board of directors, right? So this way the hierarchy goes on, right? And same way, however, for each vertices we have a managing directors. For each vertices we can have a vice presidents. Okay, and below these vice presidents, we will have something called as um, AVPs, that is assistant vice presidents. Okay, right. So each and every vertices might have multiple AVPs, and these multiple AVPs will report to these VPs. So why I am saying this multiple AVPs is, see, we took one example of Pepsi, but Pepsi is not only the company or for whom we will be developing the software, right? If you consider an example of Wipro, there will be n number of projects that Wipro will be working on, right? They'll have hundreds of customers. So only one VP or one AVP is not sufficient. Getting the point? So there will be multiple VPs, and under that VPs there will be multiple AVPs, because there are n number of projects that is going on, right? So in that case, we should have multiple people who are capable enough to manage the projects, and there should not be any deviation in the timelines that they have agreed. Okay, why I'm speaking about timelines is, see, there will be certain SLAs. SLA means service level agreements that would be signed between the customer and the company who gives software as a service, right? Suppose if they cross the deadline, then the service based company or the software company should pay some fine to their customers. Getting the point? So there would be such kind of service level agreements that would be signed between the customer and the company. So by hook or crook, they don't want the timeline to be extended, or they don't want to pay any fine to their customers. Getting the point? So there'll be n number of employees who will be working in the background in order to achieve the product within the stipulated timeline, right? So that is the reason there will be multiple employees who will be working in the background, so that the product is delivered on a timeline that is signed in the SLA or signed in the service level agreement. Okay. Now, under these AVPs, there will be, I can say, engineering architects. Okay. So, what will happen if any project comes, right? First, the requirement collection will happen and they will understand the requirement. And based on understanding the requirement, okay, they will come up with a high level design and a low level design. I believe like you people have already understood these concepts of um, what to say, SDLC, software development lifecycle, right? In SDLC, first you'll collect the requirement and you'll do the feasibility study or the analysis, and then you'll come up with the design, high level designs and low level designs. So you people already know these high level designs are done by these architects. Right. So once architects come up with the high level design, and for that particular high level design, they will come up with the low level design. Who will come up with the low level design? The senior engineers or senior software developers, etc. So I hope you people already know that, right? So these architects are responsible for coming up with the high level design for any particular given project or a software. And based on that, the engineers will come up with a low level design and then they'll start working. So under engineering architects there are engineering managers. Okay, so these architects and engineering managers, they will never write code. Okay, so engineering managers, or I can say even QA managers, are the same level. Okay, QA managers. Okay, these people, those who are at the uh, managerial level, right? They won't be writing the code. They will just manage the things. Okay. And they will make sure that things are going fine, and given at any point, whatever the timeline that is promised, things can be achieved at that particular point in time. So that is what these people will be looking into, these engineering managers. Okay. And um, I can say the next would be engineering leads, or I can say QA leads. Okay, so these leads, engineering leads or QA leads, would be reporting to these engineering managers, and they will make sure that whatever the team that is provided to them and whatever the tasks that is provided to them is achieved on a uh, given timeline. Okay, and there will be certain engineers who will be working under this leads, like I can say senior developers. Okay, and I can say QA or senior QA. QA, and I can say there will be junior developers and QA engineers. Okay, and we will have somebody called as business analyst. Why I'm coming up with the business analyst at the last is because business analyst people, they do not belong to the technical team. Okay, all that they do is they will collect the requirement. Okay, understand the requirement from the customer, and they give the downloads to the technical team. So this is what is the customer's expectation, and this is what customer is expecting, right? So this way, I have included business analyst in the list, but however, you will not be included in the technical thing. So you will be purely involved in collecting the requirement and walking the technical team in whatever the information or details that they require. So basically, this is the hierarchy of a service-based company. So any doubts here, guys?
Hi, sir.
Yes.
6 and 7, like, what is the role of the people?
See, this VPs and AVPs, their role is to maintain the things and make sure that whatever the stipulated time that is promised, it is achievable in that particular time. Okay. So from here, right, from MDs till this engineering managers, they do all managing activities. Okay. And this is the hierarchy, right? So suppose if engineering managers have to ask something or they require something, they cannot directly go to MDs. No, they'll have to follow a hierarchy. They'll have to reach AVP and VP and then to MD. So basically, that is what I told you, right? In service-based company, it is not only one particular project that they work. They'll be working in n number of projects. So basically these people will manage things. So whatever the issues that these engineering managers are facing, right, first they will ask these AVPs and they will try to sort it out at this AVP level itself. Okay, they will not take it till MD. So if they are able to sort it out at the AVP level, they will sort it out and make sure that they'll get the solution and these people will are unblocked or unlocked. Okay, so
Sure, sir. But
basically,
when we say solution like deliverables, all they work on.
yes, yes. Managing things and deliverables, these are the major part that these people will be working on. Okay, and nothing apart from that. If something is not delivered on time, okay, things will come from top. Why it is not delivered on time?
Sure, sir. Okay. Thank you.
So basically, since there will be n number of projects, right, to manage and maintain everything, these VPs, AVPs will be working on.
Okay. Sure, sir.
Okay, so any other doubts, guys? All right, so let us continue. The same way we have hierarchy of product based company. So there would be no much change in the hierarchy of a service based and a product based. Only the terms or the terminologies that they use for their designation might slightly vary. Okay, so same thing, right? In product based also we have uh, boards, that is board of directors, right? And one with the highest shares will be the decision maker. Okay, on X number of shares will be the decision maker, right? And again, in product based also, we have somebody called as CEO, okay, who manages the entire verticals of the organization. And then we have same way we have CTO. So in terms of uh, work, there is no much difference. Okay, everybody does the same with respect to service based as with respect to product based. But only thing is, uh, what will happen here is like in product based, they develop their own product. They won't be developing the software for any different or a third party people. Okay, they develop the product of their own, and the product can be used by their direct customers. Okay, so for example, flipkart.com. Now flipkart.com is used by us. In the same way, flipkart.com can be used by uh, the retailers who does the business, right? So i- if I log into Flipkart, I can log into Flipkart as a customer, or I can log into Flipkart as a retailer, wherein I can create a retail account in Flipkart and make sure that the products that the retailer is trying to sell, you can sell it through Flipkart, right? So, you people, I don't know whether you people have seen or not. Uh, you, Many of us here have used Rapido, right? Have you people used Rapido?
Yes, sir.
Right. So once you try to install Rapido application, have you ever noticed Rapido? It comes with two different application. One is uh, so like you can install
Mobile
the
interest.
Rapido application as a rider, or you can install the Rapido application as a end
Captain.
user. Correct.
Yes.
So if you install the Rapido application as a rider, it is as good as that you want to use your bike and you want to work as a Rapido rider. And also you want to use the Rapido application for your communication commuting purpose. Right. So in the same way, each and every application will have a different streams. I can say one for end user, other for retailer, other for like they can even use it for business to business. So for whatever the application that Flipkart or Amazon has developed for the retailer purpose, right? It would be like a business to business. Okay, so you'll understand that as well. I'll cover like what are the different types of business models that is there in the e-commerce domain. Okay, I'll explain that. Then you'll have a better understanding for the same. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, yeah. So next to CTO, same way there's a COO, there's Chief Operating Officer. All right, and there will be managing directors. All right, and we'll be managing the different verticals in the organization. and then there will be VPs, vice presidents. As I told you, right? Like if you consider a organization, right? Organization will have a different departments, correct? So each and every department will have a vice presidents, all right? And below them there will be assistant vice presidents, AVPs. Okay, and we have engineering architects. Under them we'll have engineering managers, right? And we can have engineering leads, and they're also called as in certain organizations they're call them as principal engineers, or they are even called as staff engineers. I told you, right? Like in product based company, the terminologies used are little different, but everything is same. Lead, principal, staff, everything is same. Okay, and then we can have senior developers. Okay, and yeah, senior QA. In the same way, like we can have uh, staff QAs, right? QA lead, etc. Okay, and then we have something called as junior developers, or we can even say them like associate, associate, right? And then we have concept called as interns, right? Interns is something which like people those who are in their final year of graduation, right? Uh, they should be doing an internship. So most of the organization uh, they give this internship option, right? And in this among this most of the organization uh, organizations like this product based companies, they give this option of internships, right? So what they will do, like uh, for a period of 6 months they give the internship for the students, and they will ask them to work on certain uh, projects, right? Certain, see, whenever I say project, don't think the entire application is a project. No, in an application, if any new feature is being implemented, that is also called as a project. Okay, a small units of a application is termed as a project in the organization or in the company level. Okay, always think in that perspective. And so what will happen, like from colleges, uh, these organizations will go to those colleges, they will do so like a kind of screening of the students, and if they feel okay this student is so like eligible enough to do an internship in our company, what they will do, they will give the internship for that particular student, and uh, for a period of some time. Okay, after that period, like if organization feel okay this guy is really very suitable for our organization, they can offer him, and they can give him a associate developer position. If not, after that internship, they will just give him a certificate, and then they can send him off. Okay, and then we have product owners. Okay, again, same thing. Okay, these product owners, they are not a technical people, but whatever the new features that has to be implemented in our application, all those requirements would be provided to us by this product owners. Okay, so basically, this is the um, select hierarchy of a product based company. So if you notice here, there is no much difference, right? It's almost the same. Okay, but based on the type of company, their job nature will be quite different. Here, these entire team will be working on one or two or maximum three applications. That's it. But here, they'll be working on n number of applications. That is the major difference between this service based and the product based company. Any doubts here, guys? So you people might be thinking uh, why we want to understand or why we want to know this, but this might sound for you people like it's out of syllabus kind of stuff, but there's a necessary thing that you should be understanding. Okay, how a company hierarchy works and who will be reporting to whom, right? So you should know this particular concepts.
Sir, one question.
Hmm. Yes.
How does the product owner get the requirements in product based?
See, now suppose imagine there will be investors for any particular application, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what these investors will do, these investors will, on what basis they will invest on the software, based on the ROI, that is return on investment, right? So if somebody is investing their money into a particular application, they will be looking into what would be the return on that particular investment in a next 1 year, or in next 2 years, or in next 5 years, right? So how to come up, how to get the return on investment based on the number of users of your application, correct? So these people will be thinking on how to increase the user base of our application. So how they can increase the user base of our application? By coming up with certain new features into the application, right? For example, in so like many of us, we use GPay, phone pay, right? So how GPay started increasing their user base? By bringing in a concept called as referral, right? If you refer somebody and using your referral code, if somebody installs GPay and if they does the first transaction, you will be getting 100 rupees, 200 rupees, right? So this way there would be uh, what to say, stakeholders, right? They will come up with the requirements, right? Okay, if we come up with this particular feature in our application, we can increase our user base by so much, and we can get the return on invest by increasing our user base so much. Okay, so there would be stakeholders, there would be investors who will try to come up with the new requirements, and they will try to come up with adding certain features to our application. So from our stakeholders, from our investors, we will be getting, okay, we can add this particular feature, right? And we will not have a direct conversation with the stakeholders or the investors. These product owners will have a direct contact with the business team. The stakeholders or the investors are a part of the business team. Okay, so they keep coming up with the new requirements. Hey, we need to add this feature to our application so that we can increase our user base and we can get the return on investment. Now, these product owners will communicate with the business team and then they will come up with the requirements. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. He is the kind of third person who is responsible for both ways, technical and the business team.
Correct. See,
Okay.
all the product owners, the, even they are little bit techy. Okay, not completely techy. See, who can become a business analyst? The person who is really very good in that particular domain. Correct. You should know how that particular business works, how the domain works. Right. Also, the person who becomes a business analyst, his previous experience might be a technical background also. Okay, we cannot guess. Right, he can be technically savvy as well, and very good at the domain as well. Okay, so product owner is a kind of person who should know how the business works. Okay, and also you should know how the product works. Product as in the application, I'm saying. Okay.
Sure, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other doubts, guys?
Sir, in between the like in hierarchy of a product-based company,
Mhm.
so in between the 11 and 10, like senior developer to the engineering manager, so there will be a positions like a lead engineer, senior lead, technical manager also is there. No?
In between this, you are saying, right?
Yes.
Engineering
Yeah,
leads, principal engineer, staff engineer.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes. So, in between these engineering managers and senior developers, there would be leads or principal engineers, staff engineers. Yes. And if you see here also, in between engineering managers and senior developers, there is a lead.
And also technical manager.
Mm, actually speaking, these all are technical teams only.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
So, who are we? We all are engineers. Okay, so our core is we are from engineering background, or we are from engineering team only. If you work as a QA, if you work as a developer, no matter whatever you work, we are from engineering background only. In our organization, we belong to engineering team. Okay, whether you do a test engineer job or you do a development job, we both belong to engineering team only, or a technical team. Okay, they can address us as a technical team, they can address us as an engineering team. Okay, both are us only.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other concerns, guys? Okay, fine. So let's move further, and the next concept. mm, yeah, I would like to. I want your involvement here, guys. Okay, so I want to create one product backlog. Okay, I want to create one product backlog. Okay, and this product backlog is of. Uh, I want to come up with a product backlog for a uh, core banking application. Okay, so I want to create a product backlog for core banking application. Okay, and I want you people to come up with the features. Features as in, for example, I'll give you one feature. In core banking application, I have a login feature. Okay, and I can say I have something called as homepage. Okay. In the same way, I want you people to come up with the features. So, if in core banking application, what will happen once I log in? I can deposit, right? So deposit is again one feature. So what are the other features, guys? Can you people help me out here? I have deposit. I can withdraw, right?
Check balance.
Okay, check balance, right? That is something called as account balance.
Savings.
Um, yeah. So, for example, savings account, correct?
Apply
Loan,
for loan.
loan,
Mm, good point. But core banking is something different. Loans is altogether a different vertical itself. But that is a valid feature, but it is a completely a different vertical altogether. I'll tell you how. Okay. Um, I'll say transactions, right? If I do withdrawal or if I do deposit, all those things has to be captured, right? And I can say KYC. So without doing KYC, will you be able to deposit or withdraw,
No, sir.
right? So that would be an important feature. Mm,
Bill payments.
yeah, bill payments can be done. Yes, bill payments, and I can say statements, right? So you want to know what all the expenditures that you did in the last month. So you can just download the statements, right? And there is something called as overdraft, right? Overdraft, and I'll say logout. Fine, this should be sufficient. There are 12 features. These are the core banking application features. Now, um, as somebody told, loans. So I'll consider loans as a separate vertical itself. Okay. So in loans, what are the different types of loans that I can have? Mm, can have a personal loan, right? So I just wanted to take it as a separate business vertical, and in that I want to come up with the different features. I did
home,
not want to include loans under core banking. Okay. Yeah.
home loan,
Personal loan, home loan, yes.
vehicle loan,
Vehicle loan, right? Uh,
Business loan.
business loans, yes.
Education loan.
Education loan, yes. We have something called as gold loan, right? Gold loan. Anything else I missed out? Mortgage loan, right? I hope I have covered almost everything, right? Now, loans is done. Let's come to another vertical, that is insurance, right? In insurance, what are the types of insurance that we have?
Term
Health.
insurance.
Okay, term insurance,
Vehicle insurance.
vehicle insurance,
Life
Health
insurance.
insurance.
health insurance. Okay, what else? Term insurance, vehicle insurance, health insurance. Mm, there's a corporate insurance. Corporate insurance, as in if you work for any particular organization, right? Through that organization, you'll have a insurance, a certain amount of insurance that would be covered. Okay, so that is called as corporate insurance. All right. So now you people might be thinking, What happened to this guy? All of a sudden, he started coming up to a product backlog and coming up with the features of a banking application, loans, and insurance. Okay. The reason behind this is now I'll just place everything in one single page so it can be accessed in one particular page. Yeah. The reason behind this is now if I ask you people, okay, if I ask you people to prioritize among these three verticals, which one will you prioritize in order to develop first? Whether you'll prioritize core banking application development, or you'll prioritize loans application, or you'll prioritize insurance application. Which one will you give high priority in terms of development?
Core
Core
bank.
bank.
Core banking application.
Okay, how many say core banking? Okay, how many say loans? Okay, how many say insurance? Okay, great. So you people stick with core banking. Wonderful. So core banking will give P naught priority, right? And which one you will give next priority? Loans or insurance?
Insurance.
Loans. Okay. Right. So loans is P1. Okay. And least priority would be for insurance. Okay. So now let me ask you, why did you choose core banking as the P naught priority? Highest priority? Why not loans? Why not insurance? See, you people have told core banking application and you told it is a top priority. There should be some reason behind it, right?
These are the basic and critical functionality a user needs when it is related to the banking.
Okay, wonderful. Yes. Any other reasons?
They are the main features present in the homepage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. Actually speaking, okay, if they develop this core banking feature, right, people will start depositing their money. Correct.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, what is the revenue generator here? Core banking application is the revenue generator, neither loans nor insurance. Correct.
Yes.
Getting the point? So, always in business, the return on investment or what is the revenue generator that would be given highest priority all the time. Okay. So, keeping that in mind only, they will develop the features. All right. So, among these three verticals, the pretty first vertical that would get us revenue is core banking application. That is the actual reason. Okay. Now, among these features, which one will have top priority? Among these features, which one will have top priority?
Login.
Login feature, right? Because without logging in, you will not be able to do anything. Correct? You should log in. And if you are logging in, there should be option to log out as well. You cannot keep your session logged in all the time. Correct? So log in, log out. Okay. And which one would be next priority?
Home page.
homepage, right? So once you log in, you should have a page where you'll be able to see all the options, correct? Which one will be next?
Deposit.
Okay. How many say deposit? Okay. How many say not deposit? Other feature. Yeah, which one is that? Ashok, Nanda. Which one do you think? Not deposit. Other feature.
Like information about the account details, like account balance.
Okay. No, but if you deposit, then only you will be able to see the account balance, right?
I mean, sir, account details.
Yeah, account details. Okay. See, if you have account, then only you will be able to log into the application and you will be able to see. Based on your login only, your account information would be fetched. So that is a background thing. See, actually, the next priority is KYC. Will you be able to do anything in your banking application without the KYC done? If your KYC is not done, will you be able to deposit or withdraw from your account, even though you are holding your money in your bank account? Will you be able to withdraw it or deposit?
No, sir. It will ask for KYC.
Right. So the next priority goes to KYC. Correct. And what would be next? Next, as per me, I'll take the priority is deposit. Right. So if at all I have a bank account, I should be able to deposit once after I do the KYC. So once after I do the deposit, which one will take next priority? Come on, there are withdrawal, account balance, savings account, transaction, bill payments, statements, overdraft. Which one will take next priority?
Withdrawal, account balance. Account balance will come into picture next.
Account balance.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now suppose imagine I'm depositing 100 rupees. Okay. And account balance is showing 50 rupees. I have deposited 100 rupees. Account balance showing 50 rupees. How will you justify that you have deposited 100 rupees? So there is something called as transactions. Correct. So account balance is showing as 50 rupees, but you have deposited 100 rupees. But how will you justify? You'll justify it through transactions. So don't you think transaction will have more priority than account balance?
Yes, sir.
Sir, in,
Right. Account balance can show anything, but your proof, whatever the transaction that you have made, the proof would be under transactions. Correct.
sir, in statements also we find no, sir, that.
Yeah, statement you can find it, but today you have made the deposit. Immediately you will not have the statement for today. Statement you can have the statement at the end of the day, but you cannot wait till the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Immediately that will replicate with the transactions, correct?
Yes, sir.
See, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to prioritize things in such a way that It should not impact the end user experience. Getting the point? So you are making a payment through GPay. Okay, it is showing us processing, 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 processing. What you will do? You will leave for on 10 seconds, and again you'll go. Where you will go? You'll go to transactions to check whether the payment is completed or not. Correct. So take any transaction, either it can be deposit or withdrawal. The proof for that particular transaction should be transactions table. Correct. So keeping that in mind, I'm given next priority as transaction because all the information would be available in transactions. Now, what would be the next priority? Once you have deposited and transactions are getting properly uh, select.
Account balance.
Mm, okay, you can go with account balance also, but what I would prefer than account balance would be withdrawal, right? Withdrawal, and then next I can go with account balance T6, right? Why I am giving preference to withdrawal instead of account balances? See, if you are depositing at a certain point, you'll have to withdraw it, right? So that is the reason, and withdrawal is a key feature. Why? Because we people will deposit our money in the bank to use it for emergency purpose, right? And we don't know when that emergency occurs. So that,
But sir, when we are doing deposit, like we after seeing the transaction, like we will verify, right? Like whether the balance is being
yes,
correct or not.
I totally agree. I totally agree. I'm not denying it. Okay, we can keep account balance as a next priority as well. Not at all an issue. But as per my understanding, I've given priority for withdrawal. Okay, I'm not denying that account balance cannot be P5. Okay, you can keep account balance also P5 because these are, as you told, yeah. Once you deposit, you'll try to check whether the deposited amount is showing in the account balance or not. I totally agree.
Sure, sir.
Okay, now next one. P6 is account balance. Withdrawal I've given P5. Okay, I think this savings account, um, it's a kind of how it became is uh, a specific vertical under core banking application. So what I will do is I will remove this particular thing, savings account. Let it be this way. Now the remaining part is bill payments, statement, and overdraft. So I can give statement as P7. Okay, if I want to download the statement, I can do it. And if I want to upload or if I want to apply for a overdraft, I can give that P8 and then this as P9. So everything is covered over there, right? Fine. Now we have given the second priority as loans. In loans, which one would you prefer first? Which one do you think is the highest revenue generator for the bank or the loans department?
Home loan.
Vehicle loans.
As per me, gold loans. Yeah, somebody told properly. See, if you have some money,
Home loan.
what you do rather than applying for loan, okay, any loan is fine. Paperwork itself will take so long time. If you have gold, go pledge your gold. Max to max, it will take 1 hour or 2 hours time. But do you think other loans will take only 1 hour or 2 hours time? It will take more time, right? So somebody will come and pledge the gold and take the money. Correct. And if they don't pay the money back in within the time, the gold will be banks, and they will put it on auction and take the money, whatever that belongs to bank, and remaining money they will give it back to you. Right. So for bank, the revenue generator would be gold loans. Agree?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Mortgage loan. So mortgage loan is the loans that they um, apply to purchase all these household goods like fridge, refrigerator. Sorry, both the same. Refrigerator, washing machine, right? Any household items, right? Whatever that they want, they can instantly apply for EMIs and they can purchase it. So this is the next highest revenue generator. Correct. And then education loans, there are very less people who will apply for education loan. Okay. Um, Next one comes is the education business personal vehicle, right? Everybody will go on vehicle loans. Correct. So people will nowadays the vehicles prices are increased like hell. Half of the money they pay and remaining amount they'll put it as loan, right? Vehicle loan I give P2. mm, and then home loan P3. Personal loan I can give P4. Business loan P5. And then education loan P6, right? So based on how soon the loan will be approved and for how much the loans can be applied. Okay. And insurance, which one do you think?
Health insurance.
Health, health insurance. Okay. So health insurance, vehicle insurance, term insurance, and corporate insurance. I will go with corporate insurance. Why? I'll tell you. Now, a insurance company will approach a organization. Okay. For example, in that organization, there are 150 employees. Okay. So all the 150 employees will be covered under insurance. Correct. And they will be charged for all the 150 employees. Right. So this is the highest revenue generator for the insurance company. Okay. Next one, I will say health insurance for sure. Because health insurance is something which as an individual, they will come and opt for the health insurance. Correct. So keeping that thing in mind, I have given the highest priority to corporate insurance and then health insurance as the second highest priority. Okay. Now, vehicle insurance, term insurance, which one you will prefer first?
Term
Sorry.
insurance. Term insurance.
I would say vehicle insurance. Okay. Why vehicle insurance? I'll tell you. See, term insurance, vehicle insurance, within 1 hour or 2 hours, you can do the insurance. And in a house, okay, there are 2 to 3 vehicles, right? So vehicles are more than the people nowadays. Okay, you can see one person traveling in one car. Okay, so vehicle insurance is the highest revenue generator than term insurance. If you want to take a term insurance, it will take almost 1 month to take one term insurance. Why? Because to take the term insurance, they'll do all the medical tests, right? And we need to wait for that medical test report to come. And once the report is come, then it will go under process. And once it is processed and everything is accepted, then only your term insurance will be started. So this is a procedure which takes easily 10 to 15 days to take the term policy or a term insurance. But vehicle insurance, within 1 hour, you can take the insurance and it is a revenue generator, right? So keeping these things in mind, we have prioritized the things. Okay. So why I did this activity? See, in real time also, if they are developing any particular feature, okay, this is how they list out the features and prioritize the things and develop them. Okay, this is just a small exercise that uh, I wanted us to do that, so that you'll have a better understanding, and this will help us in understanding the agile methodology concepts. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, uh, I will um, so let's start with the agile methodology concepts. Okay, what are the agile methodology terminologies that is used, and what are the concepts that comes in agile methodology? All those things we'll be discussing. So this will be helpful for us to understand certain concepts in agile methodology. Okay. So any doubts in today's session, guys?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'll stop it here today. Okay. So we'll catch up tomorrow again at 6:30. All right. And if you people have any doubts, I believe we have a WhatsApp group, right? In case if you have any doubts, you can just ping me in the group. So I'll try to clarify the doubts as early as possible. Okay. And tomorrow's session, it will be on agile methodology. Don't miss the session. Okay. We'll be learning more insightful things on agile methodology. Yes, Nanda, you were asking something.
Yes, sir. So on for this, like, is any kind of notes, running notes or PDFs for us for reference?
Uh, Actually, this would be the notes for you people. Whatever that
Mhm.
I'm writing in detail. Okay. So,
Okay.
what I'll do is I'll share this particular document link with you people. Okay, you should be able to access this document. Okay, I'll
At
do.
end of the class, sir, or today, or like end of the project class?
Actually, now this does not have much information as of now. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll start agile methodology concepts. Right, I'll be writing those particular notes as well, and then I'll be sharing this with you people.
Sure, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, then you can refer this document itself. And apart from this, like we'll be preparing the test plan document and test cases document. Right, again, it will be a sheet. Okay, sheet and a document that will also be shared with you people. Uh, Wherein you can access it through the link. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Okay then. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.